Alright, y'all. Welcome to Joe's Retro World. Eric G, you asked me to show you how to change your SSD in your Shadow gaming computer, just like the one I have. So let's make this little video and show you. First thing you want to do is turn it off. So go to your top right here and hit your power button and turn your computer off. And once it shuts down, you're going to go to your back right over here to your main power, and you're going to flick that little switch right there on the right. This one right here. It goes up for on, down for off. So turn it off to whatever direction yours is. Turn it completely off. And if you want, go ahead and unplug it, just to make sure that there's no power whatsoever going to your computer system, okay, to your console, to your PC. So once you do that, you're gonna have to go over here. You're gonna remove this glass. So mine is held in place with these two little tabs. One right there. I'm gonna remove this one, and then there's a second one down here. I'm gonna remove both of these, and now I can come over here. With those two screws removed, you'll be able to slide your glass out. Okay, pulls right out to the side. Oh, don't break it. Move that over, set it somewhere so you can give it a good cleaning. So now that we have it open, we're gonna look in here, and right over here is your SSD. As you can see, mine's a little bitty old 500 gigabytes. Yeah, it's really small. So it's held in place with a single screw. That's a single screw that's holding it in place. It is a Phillips head. I suggest you don't use a Phillips. I kept trying to use a small Phillips. It just would not come loose, y'all. So instead, I'm using a flathead. That's it. So give me 1 second. Alrighty, y'all. Now that I got it open, make sure you don't touch your CPU and the cooling system for this. You don't have to take it off. You don't have to do nothing. Just don't wiggle it, don't touch it. This is your graphics card right here for your GPU and all that good stuff. Just be careful, don't be messing with it, shaking it or anything. All we need to do is get back here, just like this, so that we can reach this little Phillips screw. Because the Phillips head was actually stripping, I was very scared, so I went and used this flathead, which is a 1.5 CRV flathead, okay? But let's zoom in. Right there, okay, and we are gonna take that screw out because this is my SSD, my solid state drive. All right, I already had the screw loose because I wanted to make sure. You're very careful not to drop it. Oh, this is gonna be a little tricky. All right, you gotta be very careful with that, y'all. See how it sprang at me? Oh, I almost locked that screw. That is so scary. So now that it popped out on its own, I'll be able to just basically reach in here and pull out my SSD card. Yeah, that's all it is, y'all. And you reverse the process. Be very careful when putting that screw back, because yeah, that was a little difficult. Some of these come with thermal paste, some don't. The really good ones always have a thermal paste. So when you apply your new SSD, read the directions, follow it. Make sure that if it has a thermal paste, little compound, not a pad that goes right here, be sure to put it so that this doesn't overheat. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together, and I'm gonna be very careful not to drop this screw. But yeah, y'all, so be very careful. You saw the way it's spring loaded. It did just shoot out at me. Now the best thing to do for this is actually lay it down probably, and on its side on the towel, and yeah, that'll probably be the best. But let me put it together and I'll show you. I went ahead and got me an extra flashlight, and I put a piece of paper down here to catch the screw just in case if it falls. I went ahead and magnetized the tip of my screwdriver so that it can hold the screw. With one hand, I'm gonna push the SSD down, and the other hand, I'm gonna screw it in. It's very difficult, y'all. It's so hard to do. Yeah. All right, let me get it. All right, y'all, that was one of the nerve-wrackingest most thing I've ever done, because that screw was so small. It took me maybe 30 seconds to hold my breath. I had to hold the SSD down with my pencil on one end and then the screwdriver on the other, because this SSD, when you push it down, it has to line up perfectly with that little hole over there. And so make sure it's lined up perfect, pushed all the way in, and then push it down and then screw it. But let's go ahead and put the glass back on. I'm gonna vacuum all this inside, clean the inside of my computer as good as I can by vacuuming all this. And then, yeah, close it up. So let's go do that. All right, I've got it all put back together. We got the glass on there looking nice and clean. Yeah, you can't even see the glass. That's how pretty it is. Let's go over here to the main power. Give it some power. Turn it on. Look inside and be like, there's no fire, so we're good to go. Just wait for it to turn up. All right, so now that you uploaded it, you want to go ahead and go down here to your Windows and go to your settings. You're gonna go up here to your system, and then you go down to your storage. And as you can see, it shows 464 gigabytes. Now, if it was completely empty and just with the Windows system, it'll be like 470, 480, I guess. But you don't ever get the full 500 gigs or 1 terabyte. There's always a little bit that's not usable due to the fact that it has its own system that it needs to keep track of whatever in its SSD. But yeah, after that, that's it, y'all. It'll read it. Now, if there's anything you need on there, I would move them to a temporary hard drive, either a USB drive that's large enough, I don't know, another external hard drive, something, so that the files that you had on your old SSD won't be lost. You can move them to the cloud temporarily if you want, and then move them back to your new SSD that you just uploaded. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. So I'll go over here and I'm gonna check everything in my downloads, everything, to see if I can free up some space, because 500 gigabytes is not a lot, and I need to update, but unfortunately I don't have the money for it. So if you do, go ahead and upgrade to the largest that you can possibly get, that's compatible with your computer, okay, with your PC. So like me, I wish I can get like an 8 terabyte. That would be so awesome. I can have all kind of games, at least 10 games on there that are large games. So I hope this helps you out. Be very careful when doing that screw. It is very tiny. It can just fly away. You can lose it. So yeah, be very, very careful. Make sure you got your safety nets all lined up. But yeah, I hope this helps you out. So until next time, peace and much love from Joe's Retro World.